Hey, Freshman Challenge leaders. Brent Jenkins here from staff. Just wanted to say that we are so pumped that you're about to join us back in Norman and help us reach a bunch of freshmen for Jesus. But before you get here, I want to share two quick things with you that I think are going to help prepare you for your role as a Freshman Challenge leader. So I want you to pay attention and take to heart what I'm going to share with you, because I think these are really important. I want to talk about your expectations. I want to talk about initiative, you taking initiative. So first, let's talk about expectations. I want to read a quick little passage from James chapter 3. Starts in verse 13. Okay? James says this: "Now listen, you who say, 'Today or tomorrow we will go to this or that city, spend a year there, carry on business, and make money.' Why, you don't even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, 'If it's the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that.' As it is, you boast and brag, and all such boasting is evil." Now, this is a great passage from Scripture that helps put our expectations in check. Some of us maybe are coming into this school year and we're just kind of assuming like, yeah, Freshman Challenge is going to be great. A lot of freshmen are going to come. Me and my small group leader, we're going to have like 8 freshmen. It's going to be great. Last year we had a lot of freshmen, so it's just going to be even bigger this year. Some of us could kind of have that mindset. And James tells us that that's not from God. Like that's rooted in arrogance and it's evil, because it's assuming like, oh yeah, we know what's going to happen tomorrow. We're going to be fine. Like, we don't need to pray. We don't need to beg for God to move and bring freshmen. We know what's going to happen. So we need to not have that attitude. We need to have our expectations like with an open hand. Like, God, I do not know what's going to happen. And I'm asking that you will bring freshmen, that you will bless our efforts, that your Spirit will guide us. We don't know what's going to happen. Like this says, what is your life? You're just a mist, a vapor that disappears. Like, so we might not even make it till tomorrow, right? So our expectations, we need to have open expectations. At the same time, being hopeful and prayerful that God will provide and God will bring freshmen to our group, that God will give us favor with this class of 2022. So that's the first thing. Just want you to check your expectations, and that should lead us to being very prayerful, because we don't have any other hope other than that God will move, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen. The other thing I want to share with you is just a little bit of a challenge for you to take initiative. So on one side, we're praying and begging for God to move, and then on the other side, we have a role and a responsibility also. And that is for us to take initiative to go after people. And it's kind of similar to what I was just saying about expectations in this way. You can't just roll in to Freshman Challenge assuming that you're going to have any freshmen in your small group. Like, you may show up the first Freshman Challenge and there's no one to be in your group. Now, that could be for a lot of reasons, but one reason that it will not be is because you didn't go after freshmen, right? That's on your plate. You got to be able to say to yourself, look in the mirror and say, there may not be anybody that shows up in my small group, but it's not going to be because I was lazy. It's not going to be because I didn't go after freshmen. It's not going to be because I didn't go knock on some doors in the dorm, or because it's not going to be because I didn't call some people from our freshman contact list from the summer with 300 freshmen on it, right? You got to be able to say that to yourself. So what I'm trying to say is, I want you, even before you get to campus right now, just to settle in your heart that you are going to take the initiative and even be aggressive to seek after freshmen from day one. Before Freshman Challenge starts, on the Wednesday of the first week of classes, those days leading up to it, move-in days, that first weekend when you're around Norman, I want you to be thinking, like, how can I be reaching after freshmen and seeking them out, contacting them, inviting them to be a part of Freshman Challenge? How can I do that before the first Freshman Challenge event on Wednesday? We just got to go after people, and we need all of us to go after people. I'm going to do it, the other staff are going to do it, the upperclassmen, you sophomores who are just coming in, we're all in this together. And so, again, I want to challenge you, don't assume that someone else is going to provide your small group for you. You got to go get them, right? Go find those freshmen, build those connections, and invite them to join you and be a part of your small group. And I'm sure they'll want to, because they're freshmen and they need friends, right? And you all are awesome. So, have open expectations. Don't assume we know what's going to happen this year. So we got to pray like crazy. And then our role is to take initiative and go after people. So I want you to be thinking about those things and just kind of setting in your heart that, okay, these are things that I know that I've got to do. I've got to have open expectation. I've got to take initiative, ready to hit the ground running when I get to Norman. So again, we're excited for you to join us, just a few short weeks. And I'm so eager to see what God's going to do through this group of leaders.